What starts as a typical trip to the doctor can quickly lead to a downward spiral. As Wisconsin works to cut back on opioid prescriptions, Fox 6 investigator Amanda St. Hilaire uncovered a statewide spike in a different category of addictive drugs regularly prescribed for, of all people, children.
I was a freshman in college and I was having problems focusing.
Each story
I was in 7th grade when they prescribed Adderall.
Is different.
I took double the dose, and so instantly I felt better about myself.
It was able to have me live the party life, but also keep good grades in school.
But peel back the layers of stimulant abuse.
I was very naive. I didn't know about addiction.
Think ADHD medications like Adderall, Vyvanse.
You just kind of push it off to the side as being a harmless drug.
And you'll find patterns.
There's typically a checklist.
If you read off every symptom to a doctor, they want to believe you.
It's either a frown face or a smiley face, and if you're frowning, you get a stronger prescription.
It wasn't an issue for him to simply increase the dosage.
It's just too easy to have access to do what you want.
When even that wasn't enough, and then I turned to methamphetamine. It really brought me back down to my lowest point.
But Wisconsin stimulant prescriptions are reaching high points.
They're not just a tablet that you're going to take, study for a test, and do well. They're very, very addictive medication.
The headlines focus on a statewide drop in opioid prescriptions, down 34.2% since 2013. But the Fox 6 investigators crunched the numbers from Wisconsin's prescription drug monitoring program and found another pattern. A spike in stimulant prescriptions around the same time, up 19.6% since 2013.
Are we diagnosing more people? Are patients having more access to the doctors, or is it truly an overuse? It could be any of the above.
Pharmacists say they are noticing more stimulant prescriptions for patients on medications designed to treat opioid addictions.
You'll get the shakes and you're in pain a lot of the time. So that's why I think they use a stimulant to help them, maybe give them a little more energy and focus to get through their regular day.
So why treat one addiction with another addictive medication? Of all the stimulants prescribed in Wisconsin, the biggest increase was in lisdexamfetamine, often known as Vyvanse, marketed as having less potential for abuse. But that's how people like Jake,
Really, nothing's that safe.
say the addiction cycle continues.
Doctors did know I was addicted to Oxycontin. They did know I was on methadone at the time. And they said, well, this drug is less abusive, so here you go. And so I would get the max dose. I would take double. We should be aware by now, so I don't understand how this is continuing.
We haven't fully delved into the data with that.
The state's Controlled Substances Board says its focus has been opioid prescriptions, with alerts that help doctors and pharmacists identify risky behavior.
On the stimulant side, we haven't done so much of that, but we have been aware of the increase that's been occurring.
That's why similar stimulant alerts are in the works for the monitoring program's future upgrades.
Once you have something to review and find patterns, we can target some interventions.
I think it's one step in the right direction. Is it going to eliminate all the overuse? Probably not.
There's still a lot we don't know about how stimulants affect the brain. UW-Madison researchers digging into that say we are in a large-scale, uncontrolled public health experiment on kids. That's why pharmacists say solutions need to discourage abuse without discouraging the patients who need medication.
We cannot deny the fact that ADHD is a true disease. Okay, there are people who are living with it, and they just like high blood pressure, just like diabetes, just like cholesterol. It's a chronic condition, and people need chronic medications to treat those conditions, including stimulants.
The balance is the tricky part.
While Jake and Christine say it won't be easy to prevent stories like theirs,
Hope is a huge thing.
real change will have a real shot when someone's willing to break the pattern. We wanted to talk to doctors who research or prescribe stimulants. But when we requested on-camera interviews, spokespeople from Ascension, Aurora, Children's Hospital, Freighter, UW-Madison, and UW-Milwaukee said their doctors were not available. I'm Amanda St. Hilaire, Fox 6 Investigators.
Amanda, thank you. Now, Jake and Christine say they have found support in a local nonprofit called Just Listen. We have all the details about the addiction recovery organization right on our website, and that's also where you can learn more about Wisconsin's drug monitoring program and the recent decrease in opioid prescriptions.
It's the very